Hey, what's happening, everybody? Mr. Crispy back again. And yeah, we got some more reviews to hit. Sorry, it's been a while. Life changes. We're in a new place. Things happen. And channel announcement, we're actually switching off, so we're not really doing co op anymore, unfortunately. But no worries. We're going to continue on. I'm going to be doing a lot of solo reviews, movie stuff, and some new things. Just change the channel up, make it look nice and crispy and clean. So that's what's happening. And just going to do some game reviews for a while. Why not? And first one we got for you is Until Dawn for the PS4 Pro. Now, I know that there's a remaster of this game for the PS5, but I don't really need to do that for new tech. It's really not that much of a difference, to be honest with you. I mean, go for it if you don't have a PS4 or whatever, if that's your new console, do it. I'm sure there's some graphical and technological increase to it, but it's really nice just to play with whatever you have. So this is one of those games that I had for PS4 when I first started developing my PS4 collection in college. And I didn't finish it all the way, but I started playing a little bit. Now, I really thought that this was a horror game, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And it is. It's definitely scary, but it's not a Halloween game. So I played it like now. It's January, and it's very cold in Colorado here, and it makes you feel cozy, and you want to like wrap yourself up. But definitely not a cozy game. I mean, like it's horror cozy, if you will, and that's really interesting. But yeah, it does make you want to like shut the lights down, get by the fire and start to zone in. What I really like about this game is definitely the story. They absolutely kill it with, I don't know, no pun intended, absolutely kill it with their character development and story. So what happens is you're a group of teenagers who basically just graduated like high school, and you meet up at this lodge, like it's a abandoned ski slope that this rich family owns a lodge at, and it's like the brother and the two sisters, and they have all their friends over, and then all of a sudden they pull a prank on one of the younger sisters. She freaks out because she thinks that this guy likes her. He doesn't. And then she goes away and runs outside, and she disappears. So unfortunately, this leads to this whole mystery of like what happened to her, where did she go, and all that, and then she's presumed dead. But the same teenagers come back a year later, and this is where the story begins. And it's really interesting because you take basically, a few turns with each person. You get to like see where they're coming from, and I really like some of the characters. Some of the other ones I hate. But either way, you're trying to keep everybody alive as much as possible. I got pretty far. I got very far into the game without anybody dying, but then they just started dropping like flies. I don't know if it's just part of the game, people just die, or I made the wrong decisions. But there is a high replay ability to this game. Something I really liked. I mean, it does take so many tropes from horror movies and throws them all into one. It's kind of a mishmash of, beasts outside, like darkness, demons, fire, like possession, spirits. There's just a lot of things going on here. Typical cabin in the woods fashion. This game really brought it together for me because I'm kind of tired of like the AAA like RPGs where it takes super long to play. Like this does not take that long to finish, maybe like 10 hours. And if it's a strong sense of accomplishment if you do get through it with the correct decisions, because you get something happens, you get like 3 to 5 seconds to make a decision. Like, okay, turn left here, or run down this alley, or turn around and fight. And um, you know, it's quick on the reflexes, which is really cool. Not a lot of action, but it's mainly just you see what happens when you make those decisions. There's also these death totems that tell you like premonitions of like what happens, so you might be able to figure it out ahead of time and be ready. The game to me was kind of atypical in one sense, and that was with the therapist that was talking to you. So in between each chapter, there's a therapist that speaks with you, and he says, "Oh, you think you know what you're doing here, huh? You think you know your fears?" And it's very like internally psychological, where you start doubting yourself. It is kind of scary, a little bit. And yeah, you go deep into your own psyche. And the really unique part about that is that as the game progresses, the therapist office starts to degrade, and it gets like darker and creepier, and he starts getting sweaty and his sleeves rolled up. And that was a really cool part of it. There's definitely some huge jump scares. There's definitely some gory parts. It has quite a bit of everything. I would say if you're into just horror games, but you don't like want the typical like Resident Evil thing, like definitely give this game a shot. It's absolutely fantastic visually. The actors and actresses did it for real. Like they basically did a movie out of this. There's a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff that you can check out. At the end of it, they ask everybody like on camera like what they saw, what they thought happened. So that's really interesting too. But yeah, great production on this game. This company made The Quarry as well. That's another game story based, but this one just really has a special vibe to it that I really enjoy. Especially because I just finished watching Nosferatu in theaters. That was very dark, cold, demonic in the same sense of okay, this is like very gloomy. Sometimes you just kind of want that, and so in that this achieves very well. So I high recommendation to give Until Dawn a try. And that's pretty much it. I give it a high grade for me. It's pretty good. Definitely give it a shot. It's on whatever console or PC you want to play it on. And thanks for liking and subscribing back to Crispies again. More videos on the way. Hopefully more than once a month. We're going to get this going. And yeah, there'll be a lot more coming. So thanks a lot. And always remember, keep it crispy.